it away, Pacey!
It doesn't have to be witty or smart, as long as it comes from the heart.
It doesn't have to be classic or art, as long as it comes from the heart.
I'll give them that, I'll give them this, I'll strut away.
Paste you can't miss.
We'll order our meals a la carte.
That's expensive.
If the song comes from the heart,
Now, holla bravo.
if the song comes from the heart,
We'll be tremendous.
the song comes from the heart. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This morning on What's Up, Pasty, we've got coming up your Bugs Bunny in hurdy-gurdy hair. Followed at 10 o'clock by part 1 of Tasmania and the Pad Pepper. Then we've got some explosive volcanoes, show you how the Earth worms, and show you how to shift your continents. After that, we've got a little bit of Michael Jackson with Slash from Guns N' Roses. Then me old chum Batters and a double dose of Heart of Steel. Then we got the governor up at London Zoo coming down to explain his sad lack of earthwormery. I shall probe him in depth. Then Whitley Houston with I'm Every Woman.
Well, here we are again, all wound up and nowhere to go.
She's not here.
Who?
The girl.
Oh, the girl. No, she's away. She's off poorly sick, the poor little lamb.
Yeah, well, this is it then, isn't it? This is my big chance to be a star in the shining showbiz firmament.
Okay.
And besides, nature abhors a vacuum. I'm going to stand in for it.
You can't do that. She's a girlie.
Oh, that's all right. I'll wear padding.
I'm not having you dressing up as a girl again.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's like 42nd Street and stars in their eyes all over
You're
again.
not listening to me, are you? I am not having you, my brother, dressing up, making a laughing hyena out of yourself on national television. This is for your own good.
What?
Really
What's
is.
that? What? Oh! Oh! Don't...
Purely with this.
Shut up! Oh!
You're the two troublemakers from last week.
Oh! Just watch what you're up. Just get off my brother. Leave him alone. Oh! Get off him. Oh, leave him alone. Ow! Oh! Ow! Oh! Get off! Oh! Get off me! Oh! Oh! You crazy man! What are you playing at? Oh! Nice shoes, though. Shut up! Oh, we'll be back! Be back! Oh, mad. We'll be back! Oh, mad! What's that? We're about to give someone a very big surprise. International household name. Come with me, he's going to get this book. It's exclusive. No, wait, please. You thought you were here to enjoy a Saturday morning at What's Up, Doc. But no, thank you, Mr. Major. We don't actually need you. That'd be brilliant. Cheers. Mr. Ready Salted, crisp is your life. Oh, it's a day of days, I can tell you. Welcome to the show. Before we go any further, let's find out a little bit more about you. You are a bag of crisps. One of the world's most popular snacks. In fact, an incredible 10,950,000,000 bags of crisps are eaten each year around the globe. That's enough to stretch 115 times around the world, or 5 times to the moon. But this remarkable resume had some very humble origins. Who could forget this voice? Yes, it is, of course, your ancient relative, the potato, and there it is. Originally grown by Indian tribes in South America as long ago as 10 BC, she was part of their diet for many years until 1584, when a mysterious stranger arrived on the scene to take her away from all of that and bring her to England. Does this bring back any memories?
Queenie, I have returned from my travels and brought you something by way of a present.
Is it perhaps some sweetly scented and exotic perfume, or maybe a profusion of gems?
No, 'tis Spuds.
At last, my King Edwards.
Yes, you can now see why she never married. It was, of course, Sir Walter Raleigh who brought your relative, the potato, all the way across the Atlantic Ocean and presented it to our very own Elizabeth I. Sir Walter! What was it that first drew you to the potato?
Well, just look at them.
Yes, I see what you mean. For many years, Your relative, the potato, slowly travelled the world, establishing itself as an international food product. Then, in 1853, in New York, an American Indian chef by the name of George Crumb had the displeasure of serving a rather difficult customer called Cornelius Vanderbilt. Who could forget what happened then?
Hey, oh, what's this on my plate? I can't eat this. Where's the chef? Chef, Colin, it's Colin. Here, chef, I'd like you to explain to me how exactly you expect me to eat this. How? Yeah, how? It's cut much too thick. Look at that. Look, now take it back to the kitchen. Go on. How? Well, on the plate, of course, and remember to cut it more thinly. How? Well, with a knife, I suppose. I don't know. Here, Colin, are you taking a mick or something? How? Colin, I'm warning you, that's the last time I'm going to bring you here. Yeah.
Well, George Crumb did exactly that. In an attempt to teach his difficult customer a lesson, he cut the potato into wafer-thin slices, then lightly fried it in oil. His new dish, albeit a bit of a joke at first, proved to be a resounding success, and the crisp was born. This new method of cooking potatoes soon spread to the restaurant kitchens of Europe. Then in 1920, an enterprising English grocer came across a French recipe for thinly sliced potato cooked in oil and decided it could well be a recipe for success. So he set up a small business in a garage in Cricklewood. But does this voice bring back any memories?
I like crisps, and crisp is what I like.
Yes, it's the man possibly most responsible for your rise to success, Mr. Frank Smith.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh,
Mr. Smith, hello. What was it like producing this revolutionary new snack way back in 1920?
Oh, it was hard work, my lad. Oh, yes, not that you know what that was, you long-haired wussy, yes. No, Mrs. Smith and I, right, we used to peel every potato by hand, right? We used to slice them up, which took a certain amount of time, and then we used to fry them in fat, in oil, right? And then we used to put them in little grease-proof paper packets like these ones, right? With a little blue sachet of salt to add taste, right? And then I'd cycle round London, delivering them on my bicycle.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, I haven't got time to talking to the likes of you, so I've got to cycle off. I've got some special deliveries to make.
Oh. Well, after 1920, it would appear that nothing could hold you back. By 1929, you had become the best-known snack in the world, but you didn't stop there. In the late swinging 60s, you decided to experiment a bit, branched out into flavours. In 1967, you became salt and vinegar. It wasn't long before you really started to come out of your potato skin, as it were, trying a whole range of different flavours like prawn cocktail, corned beef, chocolate, even hedgehog flavour, and shapes like spirals, crinkle cut and hoops. Many would think that after all of this, there is very little more you could do with the crisp. Have all the avenues been explored? Has the crisp reached the end of its creative life? Well, after a 5-year redevelopment period at a cost of £8 million, the crisp has yet again gone under the knife of the surgeon. At a secret location somewhere in the UK, a closely guarded revolutionary process has been developed that could change the way crisps look forever. So what has that £8 million facelift produced? The answer is this. And if you check it out, you will see it is a fantastic crisp with a cartoon character on it, actually printed on each and every individual crisp for the 90s. Now, still available in a range of flavours, this new look really does add a new dimension to your role as a world-famous snack food. Well, from humble potato to revolutionary picture crisp, there is just one more thing left for me to say. Crisp is your life. Get away for a couple of seconds to tell you about this, all right? These are the crisps. We have 10 boxes of them, okay? The special Looney Tune ones with Tasmania and all the cartoon characters on it. Which famous person in history originally brought the potato to the UK for Elizabeth I? We just mentioned it, okay? Think about it and get your answers on a postcard to this address as quick as you can. It is Crisp is Your Life competition. P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Winners next week getting a box of crisps each. Good luck to you. Fantastic.
All right, shopping! Food up yours!
This is the camera! This is the camera!
Oh, sorry! Security! Security! Get him off! I apologise for this. Please, take him away. Thank you, sir. Please. Oh, it won't happen again. And now, on Eurosport, Andy Crane and the letter game.
Yes, thank you. What is going on all over there? Anyway, good morning and welcome to What's Up, Doc, for this week. I tell you, doublet and hose isn't half restrictive. Right, letters now for this week. Oh, Yvette's not here, so she's still not feeling terribly well. Get well soon. Yvette, hey, listen, just think, if you've been here this week, you could have worn this, or I suppose you could have won that, really, couldn't you? You should be better off where you are. Simon Pirry, I would love to have a Cheese Ranger uniform, balaclava and all, says Ray V. Hey, don't stop eating the items, that's prizes. And he sent you a cheese poem. Hang on, here we go. Monday's cheese is cheddar, no doubt. Tuesday's cheese is Edam and stout. Wednesday's cheese is brie and full of will. Thursday's cheese is Swiss and ill. Friday's cheese is blue and flighty. Saturday's cheese is cream and mighty. But the cheese that is born on the Sabbath day is of all the cheeses that rules okay.
No, that's a very lovely poem, yeah.
You in then?
Here, thanks, Ray. You're in.
Hooray!
Hurrah! But don't quote him on that. Right, Samantha Turnbull, good morning to you, and how you doing? Welcome to What's Up, Doc, in Weybridge. This says, Dear Yvonne, who, as you've said, will be back next week, which is good.
Hurry back, Yvonne.
This is interesting, Pasty. You'll like this. And hello, Baljet, how are you as well? Can you please send me a pasty? Well, if you have a look at this, she's done a very good drawing.
What
She says,
can she mean?
if you do, I will like you best, even more than Pat, Simon and Andy. Please send me a pasty. Well, the trouble is, Sam, aged 9 in Weybridge, we can't really do that because he's a one-off.
I'm one of a kind.
He's an
I'm one
original.
wolf.
Yeah.
One wolf.
Get in the garden and dig some up.
Yeah, I'm sure you want a dad can later answer one.
Baljet. Can't, they're at it again, those two. Yeah. They like to be on the back of the sofa. It's where the best close-ups can be got, isn't it?
All right, now, the next letter is to do with Socky, who hasn't actually been on this show for a while because he's, well, he's pretty good mates with Baljet. Baljet, you seen Socky lately?
Yeah,
maybe
well,
you could, maybe you
did a
could give
runner,
this.
didn't he?
He
Socky?
did. He did a runner a few weeks ago after the old fruit and veg theatre.
Yes.
Maybe he can pass this on.
The incident.
Says, Dear Socky, and there is a little sock that's been sent in from St Hellion. It's Philip MacDonald who's written, I'm sending you a sock to play with, so that is fantastic. We'll pass that on. There we go. Give that to Socky. You see him.
Val's got any birthdays down there, mate? Got any little signs? Because it's now time, ladies and gentlemen, for Baljet's birthdays. Fantastic. A totally impromptu round of applause. All right, then, from Gosport and Hants, dear What's Up, Doc? Please say hello to my oldest brother, Matthew. He is 18 years old on the 27th of February. Thank you from Joanna Cooper, who's his sister. So happy birthday, Matthew Cooper.
OK, let's go to Bridlington, East Yorkshire, and say happy birthday to Richard Graham Ridley, who is 8 years old today. From Graham and Jill, that's your mum and dad. Hope you have a smashing day, and I'm glad you like the show. Brilliant.
OK, got any more down there, Bells? Let's have a quick look. What have we got here? This says happy birthday, Colin and Carrie. Happy birthday to the two of you. Special glasses you're wearing there. Love from Selena. So happy birthday to the two, which is rather nice now.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
If you want us to say happy birthday to somebody you know, or even yourself, you can always drop us a line to the usual WhatsApp Doc address, which comes in a second. Pat's charisma,
yes,
very popular, very powerful, very potent. Not unlike
not much left.
Not unlike the man himself. Shirley writes from Cricklewood in London. She says, Dear What's Up, Doc, please can you send my big sister Sandra a bottle of Pat's personality? Sandra has liked Pat for as long as I can remember. She always listens to him on the radio. She's got all the Pat and Mick records. She's got 5 separate videotapes with Pat on telly. She's got scrapbooks with things about Pat in him. She's got pictures of Pat and her together. And she's enclosed a picture.
Insane.
She's got a picture of her and her sister with Pat. Hang on, there we are. You recognise her?
I do. Nice girl. Nice.
Well, she would like... Don't. Personal question, did he snog or not? But you will get your bottle of Pat Sharp's charisma. It's a very special one. We took him round behind the sheds to give him a good old squeezing this morning.
Sensational.
Yep, there you go. It's a very potent one, especially for you. Oh, yes, one more. One more. Calm down, you two. Dear What's Up, Dog, please send me a bottle of Pat Sharp's charisma. I think it's amazing you can fit Pat Sharp into a bottle. My birthday's coming up soon. It would be nice. Samantha Hall from Hayes in Middlesex. All right, we'll send you a bottle of Pat's charisma as well as a special birthday present. If you'd like some, feel free to drop us a line. But tell us why. Don't just say you would. Say why you'd like some as well. You've got to give us a reason.
Crisps are flying, aren't they?
Yes, they are. It's going nutty bonkers here.
Have you got an old person, or shall I do one?
No, I think you should start, actually.
All right. I got one.
On the old people's front, dear What's Up, Doc, from Tyne and Weir, Whitley Bay to be precise, Paul, Eloise and Christopher Payne say, our nanny's brilliant, and she watches it every week, and she does not phone our mum until the show's finished. She's 68. Can you beat that? Is she the oldest viewer of the week or not?
No, not well. Baljet, you got him in the wrong order, mate, because that's mine. Louise Briggs from Bradford in West Yorkshire. You've just seen Nana Briggs. We don't know what her name is, but she's 74, and we sent in a photo of her, which you just saw.
Oh,
so
right.
I think 74 might be the top one of the week so far.
No, I can beat that, and who knows? I don't think we'll see a photo at all for this, because they didn't send one in. But my great Nana is 95.8, and she'll be 96 in May. She watches your show every week.
95 great, mate.
Laura from Herne Bay says she is very old. She's the winner this week, and she gets the fantastic hat to keep her head in and the glass to keep her teeth in.
Hey! We might even throw in one of our special potatoes as well, which would be rather nice. Now, Pat, if you...
This is interesting, yeah?
If you would like to have a pen friend anywhere in the world, where would you like to have one?
USA.
The United States, all right?
Yep.
Well, you could. What about, there could be Australia as well, you could have. or Japan, South America, or Brazil. But if you thought, well, I'd quite like a pen pal, but how would you go about finding one in such an exotic country? Well, now you can, thanks to What's Up Doc and Royal Mail International, through a service called Hola. Now, Hola is a service for 9 to 16-year-olds that finds you a pen friend around the world. We have 250 free memberships to give away. It normally costs £2.50, but if you would like to choose a country, you will see a selection of them going across the bottom of the screen. Pick a country, that's where you would like to have your pen pal. Then drop us a line with your name, your age, and your address. Tell us whether you'd like to write to a boy or a girl, and if you're one of the first 250 to write to us, we'll send you a free pack as well. The address to write to is...
What's Up Doc? P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. It's the address for all your male and female. P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL.
Absolutely not.
Wait for showers.
Bounce.
May come your
Bounce,
way.
what are you doing?
I'd take a Bugs Bunny song.
Bugs Bunny's on. All right, well, go on, you introduce it this week. Off you go.
Hurdy-gurdy hairs on now.
Well, excellent, Bounce.
Got new folders.
Yes,
I love a bit of bugs of a Saturday morning, don't you? I love a bit of bugs bunny.
Andy, someone here.
Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, it's such a lovely day. The daffodils in my garden are blooming and everything is sprouting. Oh, yes. And in the sky, according to my...
Excuse me.
Who are you?
Pardon?
Who are you?
No, Mr. Pardon is my name, you see.
Where are you from?
Speak up.
Where are you from?
I'm from Speak Up.
I've never heard of it.
No, I know. It is only a small village, but perfectly formed there.
It is on the
amongst
programme as
twin
well
peaks,
between now
with
and
a little river,
11:25.
black
at 10 o'clock, make sure you don't miss it.
We follow that with a look at volcanoes at 10 past 10, how the world works. Oh, my Vesuvius.
Steady, Mr. Barker. Fancy a Slash and Michael Jackson video? We've got one of those at 25 to 11.
I love it. I'm glad you said that. Batman is on at 11:15. It's brilliant.
Well, I got told off for that. The future of London Zoo. What will be the future? Find out when we put your questions to the director at 10 past 11.
And then I'm Every Woman, and you can quote me on it. At 25 past 11, it's Whitney Houston dancing and a prancing.
It's going to be an excellent show. It's going to be a great show today.
Days like these make me feel that I want to give my fellow man a hearty embrace. Hold that, please. There, you see? Like that. Oh, yes. And as for Mr. Patrick, I didn't want to leave you without, you see. Come here. There. Good. Now, I have shown you the way.
Yeah?
Go forth and do as I have done. There. Lovely. Great. Oh,
Coming up after the break.
Get off.
Well, loads of fantastic things. What's after the break, Pat?
Get off. Lots of good stuff. Get
You
off
can't
me.
remember either, can you?
How about a carrot break? Rabbits always get a carrot break.
What's Up Doc continues live on a Saturday with plenty of bunny and there's a stupid washing line here. I can't... Cheese. It could only be Simon Perry. I can't believe it.
God bless Mummy and Daddy. God bless Auntie Gouda and
Excuse
Uncle
me.
Gorgonzola.
What are you doing, Simon?
Winks. 40 of them, Pat. Yeah, a bit of satire from now and again doesn't do you any harm, does it?
Well, you can't sleep here. You'll have to go home. It's the studio.
Oh, sorry, Pat. I didn't think anybody would mind. You see, I'm just so very tired, you see.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, don't worry about me, Pat. You just get on with your programme. I think I've got an old bin bag somewhere. I'll go and find some shelter in a ditch. Yeah.
You got problems at home, have you, or something?
Problems at home, Pat, yeah. You see, it's one of my dad's experimental weeks, and, well, it's best not to hang around, really, because you never know what you're going to get locked off next. Yeah, all grafted on.
So you've set up home here, have you?
Well, it's not much to look at, is it?
No.
But, you know, it's home to me, and... Oh, how very rude to me, Pat. Where am I? That's what must you be thinking? You're my first guest, and I haven't offered you anything. Look, how about a nice cup of tea? I always say that there's nothing like a nice cup of tea. There you are.
Yeah, that is nothing like a nice cup of tea. No, thanks, mate. I've got to go, all right?
Oh, a cheese tea not to your taste, then,
No.
Pat. But no, but how about me morsels? I bet I could tempt you with me morsels. I've got a nice seafood platter here that I was saving for a special occasion. Yeah, and what better special occasion than your best friend coming round to visit?
Simon, I'm not visiting. I'm not your best friend. I'm just passing through. That stinks.
Fancy a winkle?
No, I do not fancy a winkle, and it's got fluff on it.
Oh, don't care for fluff on your winkle. All right, well, here, Pat, look, how about the radio? You like a bit of light music?
Yeah,
like
but
radio,
no,
don't
I
you?
really can't stay, all right? I'll see you soon. I'm
No,
off.
no, Pat, no, you just have to excuse me because, you see, I'm not used to company because I don't have many friends, Pat.
Well, never mind, see ya.
But Pat, have I ever shown you a photograph of my mother? You see, she was so very beautiful. I must be such a disappointment to her. Don't be sad, Pat.
I'm not sad, you're standing on my foot.
Oh, sorry.
I've got to go anyway. Thanks for...
Pat, hold on, Pat. You can't go out in all that.
In all what?
All that rain.
What rain?
All that rain out there. Oh, you can't go out.
Oh.
No, you just have to stay round. I wouldn't put a scabby dog out in all that.
Well, I'll drive home.
Oh, sorry, Pat, the last Porsche went about half an hour ago. Yeah.
Well, I can't stay here. There's nowhere for me to sleep.
Yeah, you're all right. You can double up with me. Go on, park your particulars
really...
into the Perry-Pally arse.
No,
Go on, it's nice and tight. Go on, tuck your little self in. That's it. Lovely.
Oh, no, I think I've found the rest of your seafood platter.
Oh, no. That's old Teddy Crab. Hello, Teddy Crab. Say no night to Teddy Crab,
No,
Pat.
get it away! This is hideous.
Chucking it down out there.
Right, so what's your call?
Oh, hello, Pat.
Hi.
You staying over too?
Well, not really, no.
More the merrier, Carl.
Room for a little one inside?
Yeah, go on. Climb in.
Oh!
Move up, Pat.
That's it. Get the blanket on.
The Barker!
Oh dear, this'll never work. Were these the only costumes you could cobble together?
Well, it's not my fault. It's that wardrobe mistress. She won't let us in that department anymore. She's well sussed, you know. She's barricaded herself in there like it's the French Revolution.
Look, that security guard, he's not stupid. And chuck your tail in, it's a dead giveaway.
Excuse me, Box people. You ever seen a couple of wolves around, have you at all?
No, mate, no, not at all, no, officer, thank you, no.
Well, if you do, can you just report it to the security gate, please?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's our duty. What a quill.
He's 2 pillows short of a duvet, I'll say. Still, the boxes have worked, haven't they? We'll get any more from it. What's happening? Find my punches!
Oh, no.
Take it away, Jim.
Oh, dear. Help! Help! What's happening? Help us!
What's going on?
Oh!
You idiot! You idiot!
Pat?
What?
Nothing.
Pat?
What is it?
You sleep yet?
No!
Pat?
What?
Tell us a story.
I will not tell you a story. I'm trying to sleep. Now get to sleep.
Oh, he's got all the blankets.
Oh, stop
Pat.
kicking, Pat. Fidgeting.
Will you two stop fidgeting? I'm trying to sleep. Look, I can't sleep now. You've really messed it up here. You want to watch a cartoon or something? No, Tasmania!
Good morning. Now, Pasty Hart. Now then, on What's Up, Pasty, I feel we have not had enough good, solid information. Now, what I mean by good, solid information is information about worms. Now, I'm going to change all that with this book I found here called How the Earth Worms.
Paste. It's called How the Earth Works.
How dare you, madam, lecture me on the 3 R's? You do not know your 3 R's from your 3 elbows. I went to the School of Hard Knocks, I'll have you know. You never. I went to the University of Life.
You didn't. It's called How the Earth Works.
Shut up. I have the authors of How the Earth Worms over here. Ruth and John, good morning.
Paste. Will you look at it? How the Earth Works.
Andrew!
Never fear, Paste.
Save me from the Jezebel.
Science correspondent is here.
Go indoors, you cowbag.
I shall leave you to sort that out amongst yourselves and say, yes, the book is called How the Earth Works, and its authors are over here, and I'm carrying a microphone because my other one doesn't work. Hello, Ruth. Hello, John.
Hello there.
How the Earth Works is a fairly phenomenal subject to cram into 6.5 minutes. We can't. We're going to have to specialise. What do you want to specialise in? Say volcanoes.
Volcanoes.
Good man. I like volcanoes. Run the volcano film immediately, please. Thank you. Where's this?
Well, this is in Sicily, and it's Mount Etna. And what you see there is lava flowing down the mountainside. And what lava is essentially molten rock. It's liquid rock. It's very, very hot indeed. I mean, it might seem amazing that rock can melt, but there it is. It's just like butter. And it flows down the mountainside speeds up to 60 miles an hour.
It's amazing.
It is. And what you see there is lava flowing down the mountainside, and eventually what will happen, that will cool down, and it will turn solid, and it'll actually turn into rock, and it's volcanic rock.
So, How do they happen, these volcanoes? What are they and how do they happen?
Well, it's all to do with the Earth's structure.
I thought it might be.
You see, it's a bit like an egg, the Earth.
What would Gaston say? The Earth is an if. The Earth is an if.
Yeah, you see, the Earth has a very thin shell called the crust, just like an egg.
Yeah.
But if I take this bit of globe away, you can see exactly what the Earth is like inside. You can see this bit of crust here, the thin crust, and then immediately beneath this is this soft rock called the mantle.
Right.
And then right at the centre...
Now, right at the centre, I've seen Journey to the Centre of the Earth. And the centre is really hot and molten and all bubbling and liquid metal, isn't it?
Well, not entirely true, actually, because the very centre is... The pressure is so great that the metal can't melt, so it's actually solid there.
So
How do you know?
I don't know.
How do you know?
Because he's dead intelligent.
I've been there.
Professor. He's
I've
been there.
I've been there.
So it's not solid, it's liquid.
So...
Amazing. Don't smash the Earth.
Well, no, actually, I'm demonstrating a little bit more about the Earth's surface because it's actually broken into pieces just like this eggshell. In fact, it's broken into 20 or so different pieces, and they're called tectonic plates.
Oh, see, about 50 years ago, this German meteorologist made a quite astonishing discovery. He realised that the continents of the Earth, Europe, Africa, America, the lot, far from being fixed, are actually moving around all the time.
What a clever fella. He must have been revered then. He must have like, been on the chat shows of the day, got the Nobel Peace Prize, wrote books, got his own series.
No. Everyone just laughed at him about it.
Thank you, Paxton.
Eventually, he just got so depressed because nobody believed him that he went off to the Antarctica and he died there in the snow.
Yeah, it's taken 50 years. Poor sausage. It's taken 50 years for his ideas to be accepted, and now we do.
So what was it that made him think he had a special idea that we've taken 50 years to accept?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of clues, but the major one was a very simple one. I mean, he looked at the map of the Earth, and he put
all the way around.
Oh, yes, it goes like that.
No, the other way around.
I've got it. So, here we go.
Put the right bits together, you see.
Yes. Now, he looked at Africa, and he looked at South America. He looked at South America and noticed that the coastlines of Africa and America match each other very precisely, and he put two together quite literally, and he realised that they actually match because they were once joined together.
Yeah, and in fact, all of the continents actually fit together just like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Once, millions of years ago, they all joined together in this massive, great big mega-continent called Pangaea, and as you can see there, Pangaea is beginning to break up, and the pieces have just been drifting around ever since then.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How does it work,
Well, let's show you. Come over here.
Don't tell me. I've learnt this, okay. Earth crust here.
Yeah.
A bit of matting.
Yeah.
Mantle, sort of semi-molten.
That's right.
Yes,
bottom.
yes,
okay, right. North America, possibly?
I think you could be right.
Europe?
Yep.
Atlantic Ocean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
We need a little help from you. Would you like to take one end of this tectonic plate here?
Yes, okay.
And you take the other end of that tectonic plate here. And what we have here is the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And material is from the Earth's interior is continually pushing up. And as it does so, it pushes the halves of the ocean bed apart. And as you can see, the ocean is getting wider and wider and wider. And
America and Europe
are getting further and further apart.
Well, as all this comes up here, the other side of the plate has to sink back down again into the mantle.
All right. So, and how fast is this happening?
Ooh, very fast. I mean, I would... No, it's 2 centimetres a year at least.
Good Lord, play havoc with your airfares, wouldn't it, Andrew? Take note, Mr. Branson, take note.
Geology terms, mate, that's really fast. How do the plates move around? How can they move around?
Well, let me show you here. What we have here is some bubbling, boiling custard. And
it's pretty good, actually.
It is, isn't it? I mean, this is just what the Earth's mantle is like. Underneath the crust, it's bubbling and boiling and churning all the time.
You know those mud springs you see?
Well, it's sort of more... It's sort of more of a...
No, I mean, it takes actually millions of years for the bubbles to rise throughout the Earth's interior, but it's actually this continual sort of bubbling and churning that moves the plates around on top.
I see. And how does that equate to a volcano, then?
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't ask that.
Because we're talking about volcanoes.
We are
all
indeed.
you've talked about is mantles.
OK, well, look, what I told you about the Earth's mantle being thick like custard, it was entirely true. In fact, it's more like a sponge. And what happens, like in a sponge, you've got holes, and the magma... which is a red-hot liquid rock, is contained in these holes, and it gushes through it very, very fast, incredible speeds.
2 centimetres a year?
No, we're talking really incredible speeds here, about 60 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah. So what happens is that as the tectonic plates move around on top, they squeeze the sponge, and what the magma gets... Yeah, gets squeezed out.
Squeeze your magma.
Like this stuff out of a sponge. And what happens is that erupts onto the surface of a volcano.
Yeah, but I see it going...
Yes.
Well, you see, no, but you see, what happens is that the most spectacular volcanoes are where the plates are pushing together. And what happens there is that sometimes the magma gets very stiff and sticky, and so the volcanic opening gets clogged up, and then the pressure builds up more and more and more, and then it erupts in one mighty explosion.
See, it's very much like opening a bottle of fizzy drink.
Oh, you leave my pop alone, Mrs.
Just borrowing it, Paste.
In the factory, what they do is that they dissolve this gas, carbon dioxide, into the drink under a lot of pressure. And if you release the top, if I can do this,
Go on. Give it a good old twist.
bubbles of carbon dioxide beginning to form and rise to the top. And this is exactly what's happening inside a volcano.
Yes, I mean, what happens eventually is that it bursts off and... Oh, God, we've got a real trouble here, haven't we? Go on. There we go. Right, here we go. That's a volcano. Well, that was a very unimpressive volcano.
But you get the general idea.
You did.
We get the general idea.
Exactly.
John Rupert, thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how the Earth works.
Much obliged, dear boy.
Sorry we spilt your pop, old man.
Oh, I don't know what you're complaining about. It could have happened to anybody. Oh, yes. Anybody dressed as a load of old rubbish. But look at it this way. At least we know what the council tip looks like now. Yes, we do. We do. Let's go back tomorrow and have more fun.
I hate it when you're like this.
What, angry?
Yeah.
Oh, you get me so mad. I don't know. Just stand there. I'll get us back to the studio. Right. Now, there's a security guard. Leave it to me.
Yes, can I help you?
We're from London Zoo. We'll be down there somewhere.
Stick insect, barn owl, and lemur.
Stick insect. Stick it. Oh,
yeah, you're here.
Oh, good. Oh, that's it, we're in. I can't see why we've got to queue up to go to the toilet. We never have before.
Well, just remember what I said, OK? Low profile, no rucks, or that flat-footed security guard will have us, won't he?
We should have him.
Hey, he's jiu-jitsu.
I thought he was from Maidstone.
Oh, my turn.
And don't forget to wash your paws. And never pulls the chain. Oh, here they come. There's one. She's in a hurry. There's two. He's in a hurry. Three. Have you just eaten a kid without me?
Well, he was chucking bog rolls, you know, into the cubicle.
But that's not fair. I can't believe you did that.
Oh, come on, I've left you some. You can eat off the floor in there.
You're so selfish.
Oh, don't you start on me, matey boy. I mean, I'm on the brink now, yeah? Who got chucked out in the first place? And who keeps drawing attention to us? And who keeps dressing up?
Well, I'm not the only one that does that.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes I think we'd be better off apart.
Well, fine by me.
That's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
Fine by me.
Bro.
No, Socky, I am not an unpleasant peeping Tom. I'm just looking for a missing cowboy boot.
I don't care if you're looking for your missing undercrackers, mate. I just wish you'd go and stick your head in somebody else's orifice.
Well, look, I would if I could, but I'm stuck, so I won't.
Well, if you don't mind me saying so, I think you need lubrication. Go on, Bals. Lard him harder. Lard him faster.
No, not the lard. Try something else. It's horrible. Ugh.
Up with his head.
Oh, good idea. To the toolkit.
A little bit harsh, I feel. Oh. No, please, anything but those. I'm an actress, not my face. No.
Well, what about the old batter and ran technique?
Okay. Ready?
All right, try that. Anything, just get me out, please.
Ready, steady, go!
Is it working yet?
Of course it's not working.
Well, I know, of course it's not working. That's why you're stuck in the hole in the first place.
Well, look, if you'd have done what I'd have said in the first place and just dialed 99...
Oh, that's a good idea, Belch. Right, that should shift it. Let's retire to a safe place. And Tasmania.
Potholes!
Okay, so let me get this straight, Belch. At the beginning of Tasmania, 11 minutes and 10 seconds ago, you left Pat with his head stuck in your cave and a stick of lit dynamite.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Don't worry, Pat, we'll soon have you out of there, mate. All right?
Oh, good.
1, 2, 3. Oh. Sorry, mate. We'll put it back. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Oh. Shall I try the other one? No, pull the other one.
Has it got bells on it, has it? So it has. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Oh! 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 Pat, it's twisted. Oh! Are you a cricket fan, Pat?
Well, you've stumped me there, but my googlies are good un.
Because, my, what a deep square leg you have.
Well, in that case, let me slip you some Michael Jackson and you can bail me out of this one.
Oh, that Michael Jackson video's really got me thinking, Andy.
What about, Simon?
About Ranulph Fiennes and his great polar achievements.
Oh, yes, a fine example for cheese rangers everywhere.
You see what, we ought to do that, you know, explore a bit of barren wildebeest, go and fly the flag.
There's no uncharted territory left these days, though, Simon.
No, especially around Maidstone.
Where are we going to find a gaping void?
Morning, fellas.
God, look at the gaping void on that!
You don't mean...
Explore the inside of Pat's head.
Do you think he'd mind?
Well, he's not using it at the moment, is he?
No. Yeah, but how do we get in, though?
We take a beastly long run up, don't we?
Oh,
Just stay there, mate, OK?
Don't move.
Right.
OK, right. Now, I'll tell you what, have you brought any sandwiches?
No.
Because you need sandwiches when you're on a pioneering expedition into the unknown.
No. There'll be a burger bar in there, won't there?
Oh, yeah? Oh, smashing.
Right, you ready then, Simon?
Right, OK. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh! Wow!
It's big in here, isn't it?
Size of it. Echo, 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 echo.
Let's explore.
Yeah, let's.
Smooth sailing gets you going. Catman at the weekend. Way to go!
What's that? Oh, it's Pat's brain box. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Look at it. Let's open it up.
Yeah, and then we can find out what's in next week's chart.
Yeah.
Simon, look! Oh, Pat's 12 inches.
Yeah.
From 1974.
No, never mind that. Look, there's old Naughty Torty. I wonder where he'd been hibernating over the winter.
Hello, Torty. Hello, Andy.
Hello,
Torty.
Andy. Oh, what?
It's Pat.
What? I think he's going to sneeze.
Oh, quick, get in the box. Get in the box.
Oh, God, dear, Pat. Here, you and I have a wander around in the inside of your head.
It's really bright. Is it? Well, in a colourful sort of way.
Yeah.
Simon, what happened to Naughty Torty?
Well, what's the matter with you?
Yes, Mr. David. After the break, we're back with a fantastic 20-minute episode of Batman. Ah!
You my daddy?
No!
You my daddy? Daddy, no go! Oh, my daddy!
Look at you, you lonely little wolf. I wish I was worthy to have a dressing room of my own like Andy Crane. I don't know why my brother doesn't love me. Just because my breath smells of pot noodle. I'm as lonely as a willow in a windstorm.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just going to get cleaned up.
Look, Sir Mercy, it's Andy Crane. Let's hide.
God. Hello, special mannequin. Honestly, the things I do for this show, and what thanks do I get? None at all, Andy. None at all. You're quite right. But I think you're very good, dear. Oh, yes, I video you every week. I've got, 24. That's very kind, special mannequin. So what do you fancy doing tonight? Party. No, we're not going partying again. I thought we'd have a quiet night in with a bottle of wine and a video. What sort of video do you want? Black and white weepy? Oh, be quiet. I must say, special mannequin, you're looking very pink today. Sounds like you've got a bit of indigestion. I'll nip to security for a Rennie.
Right, Evanses. How old are you?
10.
Get out of it. How old are you?
9.
Clear off. How old are you?
Hello, I am Swedish. I watch your show. I am 11.
Hello. At last, a Swede you can eat between meals without ruining your appetite. Come here. Round the back. Oh, you tinker.
Oi, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm feeling peckish.
You ought to be on the other side
I don't think so. Security's much tighter at the BBC.
of the counter.
Oh, yeah.
We've only got barn cakes left.
Oi, excuse me. I'm the coach driver for those 11-year-old kids. I've come for their snack.
A coachload of 11-year-old children?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like a fairy tale. Perhaps they'd like some of these on the house.
Live What's Up, Doc, and coming up now, the very last part of Heart of Steel. It's Batman on the way.
What? Oh, I'm not taking you walkies. You go nutty bonkers when you go back.
Please. Yeah, do us a favour, could you? Sure.
Take Barget for a walk, will you?
Yeah. All right, yeah, anything I need to know?
No, just take hold of that, really.
All right, then we'll see you later.
All right, mate.
Look forward to it. That's it.
Let's sort him out. Now, still to come this morning on What's Up, Doc, we'll debate the future of London Zoo by talking to the director, Dr. Joe Gibbs. We've also got Life with the Amoebas. But now, as promised, time for 20 minutes of Batman all in one almighty chunk. This is Heart of Steel.
He loves it. He loves it. More batters, next Satters.
With Patters?
With Patters.
And Andy.
And us, yes.
Oh, hello, bro. There you are. Listen, please don't leave me on my own again. Well, at least not in the studio.
Oh, all right. I suppose blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
Blood. I've come over all the Syria.
Oh, sorry. Do
you mind?
Beg your pardon.
Thank you very much. As we were about to say, coming up after the break, we have the fantastic...
Future Moot presenter type people. You haven't seen any wolves around here at all, have you?
No. We're just... you don't mind, we're busy.
Oh, we're on live?
Yes,
live. I can do a few impressions. Do you mind if I
You just do an impression of a boat clearing off.
Typical.
On guard something. Go on your way. Go on.
As we were trying to say, Whitney Houston's new video is coming up after the break. And also...
We're debating the future of London Zoo with its director, Joe Gibbs. Spin your head round, look at that one. Hello, welcome back to What's Up, Doc. Taito and I want to talk to you about London Zoo, a story that's been in the news a lot recently, but we're not sure what's happening. Is it closing? Is it opening? Is it conservation? Is it cruel? Have they raised any money? Have they run out of money? What on earth is going on? But will the zoo survive? Well, to answer those questions now, we have the director of London Zoo live in the studio with us, Dr. Joe Gibbs. Welcome to What's Up, Doc.
Hello. Welcome.
OK, so what's the story? £21 million you've got, or you've got to raise?
No, I'm afraid we still have to raise it. We've got quite a lot of it in the first week, but we've got a plan for the vision of the future of the zoo for the next 10 years. And it's based upon conservation and captive breeding, and we're really enthusiastic and determined to succeed.
Conservation is the way forward, then?
Absolutely. We've been doing it for a long time at the zoo, but perhaps we haven't been telling people about it enough.
OK, well, Sandy's with you, one of the keepers.
Yes,
now, Sandy, how do these animals that you brought with us fit into your conservation programme?
Right, well, Taito, you've got there's a very good example of a bird that's becoming quite rare and quite endangered in the wild in Britain. And this is Dana here. She's a black and white ruffed lemur. And under the new development programme of the zoo, we're going to have a very important Madagascan centre. These animals are becoming quite threatened and quite endangered in Madagascar, and it's animals like Dana and Taito that we want to...
The barn owl's endangered?
That's right, yeah, they're very, very common in captivity, but are becoming very rare in the wild in Britain now.
That's a shame. And what about, it's a leaf insect down
It's
there.
wonderful.
One of the less glamorous
But
exhibits.
how's that? Well, it may be, but they're not actually highly threatened in the wild, but the forests where they come from are being lost at an astonishing rate, Southeast Asia. And we're going to build a new invertebrate centre. And people say, well, what, bugs? That's not exciting. Bugs can be exciting. Snails can be exciting.
Creepy crawlies.
So, yeah, so do we. And we think that this new invertebrate centre is going to be tremendous. And showing animals like that, look at that, isn't that amazing?
Oh, terrific. Right, well, obviously it's a subject that gets people's hackles up, or not, as the case may be. We've got lots of questions to ask. Nicola first is with Pat.
She is. What happened to all the animals that had to leave the zoo?
Right, well, just before you answer that, can I introduce a clip from a programme called The Ark, which was on telly recently. And in this clip, an elephant is being moved from London Zoo to Chester Zoo, and this is how it took place. He was moved, that fellow, wasn't he?
That's Brian Harmon, the head keeper there. He was very upset. You saw her fall over there. She got up very quickly, and in fact, it was a really very good move. She went very calmly, and you should have seen her sort of coming out the other end. Apparently it was very good. And the good news is, of course, that she's pregnant.
Is she really?
As a result of the move, which is really
Chester
excellent.
Zoo and pregnant. Now, Nicola was asking about other animals. You lost, I think, 3,000 of your 8,000 animals.
Yeah,
Where did they go?
they all went to good homes. They all went to other zoos. Many of them went to be part of the international and national breeding programs that we're part of. So it was a very good exercise, and there were no problems, and they all went to good homes.
They went to good homes.
Yeah.
OK, Paste, have you got a question?
Yes, now then, Dr. Gibbs, I note with displeasure that there are no earthworms on display in your circus, and in fact, I've heard a rumour that they are used as fodder for other animals. Now, I would like to know which animals, and I want names.
Yes, two answers to that. Firstly, it's not a circus, and secondly, I can say categorically that no animals at the zoo are fed on worms.
All right, Paste.
I reserve my judgment.
Oh, fair enough. OK, John, Pat, has a question. Where's John?
He's over here.
What's your question, John?
Oh.
How much is it to get into the zoo, and what do you get for your money?
Well, it's £6 for an adult and £4 for a child. But you get a brilliant day out. It's lovely. Sandy could tell you about lots of the things that go on every day at the zoo. Spend the whole day there.
Right, well, there's loads and loads of animals to see. You can get to meet the keepers, and they'll tell you a little bit about all the animals that they're looking after. And, of course, you get a lot of animal encounters as well. You can come along and meet animals like Dana here and Taito in an Animals in Action program. And that's something where we show some natural behaviour, natural abilities that these animals would be doing in the wild every day at the zoo. And in the summer, 3 times a day as well.
So it's good value for money, although it might sound expensive.
It's
you get the whole
expensive,
day
but if you spend the whole day there, then you'll be tired by the end of the day, I promise.
Excellent. Yes, all right then. All right, but be quick, please. Oh, you've upset the lemur. Please, keep it down.
My brother, what you doing? My brother and I, my brother, we take heart from the fact that you do move the animals to nice places.
Very moving.
Find them other homes and things. Got any spares? Look, it's the address here. If you don't mind, no, shut up! I was talking then.
I'm sorry, I do apologise. Let's move smoothly on to Catherine, who's in the audience somewhere, who has a question. So we'll come to you in a minute, Simon, if we get time. Catherine? What's your question?
What happened to the man who got into the lion's cage?
Ah,
the fellow who got into the lion's cage.
Yeah, very sad.
Well, I think we've got some pictures of that. It was an incident you will have heard about in the news, I'm sure, and there was a chap with a camcorder there standing by who managed to capture this rather unfortunate behaviour. Now, there he is. That's him actually in the lion's cage.
He'd climbed in. It was a very sad episode. He's a man with a history of mental illness, schizophrenic, and he climbed in, and all the efforts of the staff to stop him climbing in were to no avail. And you see here...
Oh, dear.
It's awful, isn't it?
I mean, you see that kind of thing in movies, but that's for real, isn't it?
It makes you wince, doesn't it? And there's more yet. Here goes. Yeah, look, very sad. It was a very sad episode. There were several things about it that are important. Firstly, the keepers saved his life, and the animal didn't have to be destroyed, and it all came out as it were. I'm glad to hear that he's better now. He's out of hospital. The other thing about it is these are Asian lions, and people said, well, you know, why do you keep lions in the zoo? Asian lions are incredibly rare, down to the last 250, 300 in the wild.
So it's back to your conservation
Captive breeding program, really important. If we don't save them, nobody will.
OK, well, Sandy,
we don't help to save them.
Joe, Tito and the lemur and the leaf insect, thank you very much indeed for coming in. £21 million to raise, I know, but
it's hard work.
The future for London Zoo is rosy.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, that's fascinating, isn't it?
But can we have the lemur anyway? Chuck us the lemur.
Over here with
chuck
that
it over here.
We don't
Come on,
care.
chuck it over here.
Here he comes.
Quick snap, come on, chuck the lemur over. Come on, chuck it over. Chuck it over here. Chuck it over here.
Oh,
hello.
Ow! I've had enough of you two.
Yeah,
You're out.
yeah.
Come
well,
on.
I've had enough of you too, you pink nose devil.
Excuse us, children, this isn't for you. Truncheon meat.
Hey, bro, if the cap fits, wear it. Normal service has been resumed.
OK, well, thanks for coming then, Joe.
Thanks very much.
Nice. Very interesting.
Thank you. Nice morning.
Your cab's at reception.
Cheers. Thank you
very much. Have a nice weekend. Safe journey.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Dr. Gibbs,
yes?
a word if I might.
Certainly, yeah. What can I do for you?
I watched with interest your London Zoo feature-type zoo documentary presentation.
Very good, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah, and it strikes me that what you require in your menage-a-trois is a special attraction.
What sort of special attraction? We deal in conservation, rare endangered species. Special
yes,
what do you mean?
Conservation, but I talk to you businessman to businessman.
Yeah?
I know you've been having your spondylix problems up your Regent's Parks, and what your punters love is a freak.
A freak? Certainly not. Do you mean like something like you?
No, Gippo Dippo. It's your Balgerana Rusticana over there.
What's that?
That furry item.
What, that furry thing over there?
Yours.
No.
For a monkey, a pony, a panda.
Not panda.
Throw in a keeper's uniform, we call it
captive
quits.
breeding programs, endangered species. That's not endangered. We don't want one of those.
All right, forget the panda.
Certainly not. It's not. No deal. No chance at all.
All right, so you're not interested in the flea,
No, I'm
mate.
not.
What about half a pound of amoebas?
Thank you. Goodbye. No, goodbye.
Suit yourself. Monkey breath.
Life with the Amoebas. Today's episode, Circus.
You just don't know when you've got it good. You just think of yourself, self. Have you tidied your bedroom? No, Dad. Have you mowed the lawn? No, Dad. Have you washed the pots? No, Dad. Have you discovered any new rare tropical plants? No, Dad. You see, you just think of yourself. Well, that's it. I've had enough of it.
Right, well, I've had enough of it. I'm leaving home, right? I'm gonna pack my bags and run away and join the circus. Oh, you're being very hard on him.
Well, you're going to answer that doorbell before you go, or have I got to? Joe is lazy, I'll get it.
Oh, what's all that racket at the door? Oh, I don't know, Mum. Who was it, Dad? Yes, who was it?
It was the circus.
The circus?
Yeah, they'd run away to join you.
What did you tell them?
I told them we'd already got one.
Tune in next week for more thrills, spills, and high wire thingy with the Amoebas.
It is almost time to go, but before we do, special guest last week was Jerry Anderson, some good prizes. Also, I was dressed as Lady Penelope and Parker came in, didn't he?
Parker, an old mucker of pasties, I understand.
Yeah,
did you do porridge then, Paste?
Oh, no. I've never done bird, mate. I've got fear of the beak.
Oh, I see. Right, shall we do some winners?
We had some good prizes, videos and puppets up for grabs. The first one to design a Thunderbird 7 is this person, Mark Kittle, who's age 5 in Cambridgeshire, Peterborough to be precise. That is absolutely fantastic, Mark. You will get a set. Well done.
From Kingsley Road in West Midlands comes this drawing of Thunderbird 7 as designed by Matthew Hale, who is 7, and it's in the shape of an ant. Well done, an ant, rather. Well done, Matthew. You get a puppet in a video.
Maybe your aunt does look like that. Jordan Wilson in Lancashire. Thank you for this. That's good, but wait till you see that. The interior workings of a Thunderbird 7. Ooh, absolutely brilliant. You will get a set as well. You're 9 years old, but you probably know that anyway.
OK, this one has been drawn, designed and decorated by Jonathan Belk, age 8, and Sherry Lee Belk, age 14. They're from Kersley and Bolton. This is Thunderbird 7, and it has a concertina in the middle, so it can, like, extend and get bigger or shorter, as the case may be.
All right.
Well done.
Thanks for that one, Tina. Adam Stevenson is in Wolverhampton, and there is yours. Absolutely brilliant. 14 years of age. We should point out everyone we saw was fantastic. Very hard to pick the winners.
We had millions of entries for this, didn't we? But here's a three-dimensional Thunderbird 7. This has been designed by Donna Newby. She's 13. She gets a sort of highly commended special runners-up prize, and she'll be receiving a Thunderbird 2 alarm clock.
To all our winners there.
To all our winners, hooray! 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 Now, Pasty.
Yes.
Busy Kitty. Busy Kitty. Remember the Busy Kitty? We'd asked you to design sort of a toy for your pet, be it a hamster, a gerbil, or a dog, or a cat, or a goldfish.
Or a worm.
We couldn't do worms, unfortunately. She must be obeyed, wouldn't let us. But we have now got the results of that competition.
Busy Kitty.
Have you got some runners-up for me, Paste?
I have indeed. We have Graham Waite, Toby Saltonstall, Gemma Grant, Rachel Gee, Katie Johnson, and highly commended late entry, Amy Marie Save.
Well done to all of you. You will receive your year's supply or your year's subscription to Wild About Animals magazine, who we helped run the competition with. But the winner, the overall winner, is Rhiannon Davis from London. Many congratulations to you. And you'll be able to see all the designs and Rhiannon's winning design in a couple of weeks when they join us live in the studio. She'll be here. We'll make her design into a real toy. We'll test it out on the animal, and we'll see if, well, whether it works. So to all our winners, hooray!
Disqualification! Do you know, bro, it's good to be back.
Oh, do that for?
What? Oh, don't push me.
Don't push me.
Well, don't push me, you bully.
Don't push us.
Don't bully.
OK, now, next week on the show... Yeah, we're on. Next week on the show, we have a special guest who hasn't been on television for a long, long time.
Who's that, then?
Yvette Fielding, her name is. She's back.
She's back next week.
Good
Terrific.
for you,
Also,
love.
Greg and Max talk fish.
OK, if you're a judo fan, female champion who's 18-year-olds telling us about Kesugatami and Tayotoshi, and Candy Dorfer, the saxophonist, will teach us how to do that.
2 of the gladiators are in. There's a chance for you to win a competition to name 2 more gladiators.
All right, we'll see you next week. Tasmania, Batman, Pepe Le Pew, have a nice week.
OK, then. See ya. But, oh, sorry, what?
And although we didn't have any this week, next week we'll have loads of Spam and Blues.
Spam and Blues! Oh!